Hello guys, today we have a different video. I'm gonna go over all the heroes in the game and give you an exact tier list of what are the best heroes in the game right now. So if you wanna know what to play and what to skip in order to gain MMR, make sure to stick around until the end of the video, because I will also be sharing how to play and approach different kind of lobbies with certain heroes. Now let's dive into it. Starting off with Rokara, this is more of a middle of the pack hero. It doesn't give you economy, so I don't like it too much, and doesn't even help you achieve any quest. I'll put it in C tier. And then Brukan, this is a different story. Another tempo hero, but this one actually helps you complete a lot of quests with the hero power that gives 4 of your minions Death Rattle, summon a 1/1. That hero power can speedrun so many different quests like summon minion, attack with minion, have X minion die, trigger X death rattles. So even though it got nerfed to 0 armor, this hero belongs in A tier. Then there's Shadowwalk, I don't like it at all. Now it's Scabs, really underrated hero in this meta. I'll put it in B tier. I think the hero power is solid and can help you achieve certain quests, play X battle cries or play X of certain tribes. And the hero power itself is strong. Sindragosa, kind of a sleeper hero in my opinion, and I'll put it in B tier. The reason being is that the hero has 9 armor, so gets pretty easy quests, and the hero power is gonna give you pretty good tempo. Basically, the way in which you play this hero is buy a minion on turn 1 and freeze your shop, and then you probably level 3 on 3 while keep freezing the shop every turn. Once you're on tier 3, you just buy your big minions that you froze, then you get a good quest and you play from there. Zephrys is another hero that got buffed in a recent patch, and I will actually put it in A tier. The reason being is because this hero now has 8 armor, so gets really easy quests, and it's also a hero that can get secret Sinstone. Yeah, if you get a Sinstone with it, it's crazy, and even if you don't, it's just a decent hero. Now, Eudora, it's another one of those heroes that has a reasonable hero power, but also has 10 armor, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. Although, when you pick this hero, you don't have to expect that you're gonna get a crazy minion from the dig. Basically, the way you should look at this hero power is spend 5 gold to get a triple, which is okay. The triple itself is a good enough reward, and sometimes your golden minion is gonna be good as well. Now, moving on to Greybow. It's another hero just like Rokara that gives you tempo from the hero power, but doesn't give you economy and doesn't help you achieve any quest. So I will just put it in C tier. And now on to Milhouse, which is one of my favorite heroes in the game. I'll put it in S tier. Even though this hero has 0 armor, the hero power allows you to buy minions for 2 gold, which helps you complete so many quests. Although you have to keep in mind that you wanna play this hero in lobbies with elementals and pirates, because those are some of the best tribes for it. You can roll Recycling Wraith, and then basically you remove the downside of having to pay 2 gold for a roll with this hero, and then you can play any comp. Or you can also just go full APM with like 2 Ogars, because you buy minions for cheaper. This hero is also really good at playing Caligos and Tio comps, and it recently got a huge buff thanks to Patient Scout, which is a new 2-drop. You can just cycle for free and get even more value. Now, Queen Togwaggle, it's a hero that has 10 armor, so you'll get easy quests, but the hero power itself is useless, so sometimes you're gonna pick it and you're gonna get bad quests, and then you basically are not playing a hero, so I'll just put it in D tier. On to Onyxia, a hero that recently got nerfed, but I'll still put it in B tier. The reason being is because they recently added a new quest that requires you to attack X time in order to proc, so the hero power helps you with that. So I think the hero deserves to be in B tier. I've had solid results with it. Now Lich King, another hero that has tempo hero power, doesn't give you economy, and doesn't really help you that much with completing your quest, so it belongs in C tier. So you can see a recurring theme here. Now Tess is a hero that has 8 armor, although the hero power sometimes it's gonna help you, sometimes it's not gonna do anything. So I'm gonna put it in C tier. I feel like this hero has good potential to get first place, but also good potential to get bottom 4. That's why I put it in C. I feel like it's a bit too risky. Another hero that got recently nerfed, even though it was a stealth nerf. So basically this hero used to be bugged, and the quests you will get on turn 4 will be attached to the hero power that you pick on tier 3. What does that mean? If you, for example, on turn 3 picked a hero power of a hero that had like 10 or 9 armor, then you will get a super easy quest, even though Panda itself had 0 armor. Now that has been fixed, so the quests are harder, but I think this hero still belongs in A tier. And now we have Tavish. Unfortunately, this is a hero that got nerfed multiple times. Like, it used to have 10 armor, I believe, and now it has 6, I think, or 7. So unfortunately, it fell in C category. And now Rafam, a hero that has 0 armor. The hero power itself, it's random, it doesn't really help you with any quest, so I'll put it in D tier. This hero doesn't fit the meta at all at the moment. Moving on to Galakron. Galakron has 9 armor, which is insane to me. I don't know why this hero has so much armor. And a decent hero power on top of that, so it belongs in B tier. The hero power itself doesn't help you achieve quest, but the 9 armor does a good enough job. Sorren. Once again, the hero power doesn't necessarily help you that much completing quest, even though it gives you good tempo and decent economy, but I think I'll still put it in C tier. Yeah, it's not as consistent as the heroes above. Tier Jaraxxus, just like Queen, 10 armor, useless hero power, belongs in D tier. Now Reno Jackson, one of the fan favorites. This hero has only 6 armor. The hero power, once again, doesn't really help you achieve quests. Although there are some quests that work really well for this hero. For example, with the Shifter Zeros quest, you can just high roll a good minion and then you can make it golden. And with Ghastly Mask, you can just get a win condition as well to use your hero power on. So I'll put this hero power in B tier. Now Cookie the Cook. This is a hero that I didn't really like in the past, but recently has been growing on me. It's especially good in lobbies where Murlocs are banned, cause the hero power can really help you push into a direction. Yeah, overall, I think this hero is solid in B tier. Even though as 0 armor, the hero power is so good that just carries enough. Now Rat King, this is another hero that got recently buffed. I haven't played it too much, I haven't seen it do too well, just a worse version of Scab. I probably wouldn't mind it having like 2 to 5 armor, and I really don't know if I should put it in C tier or B tier, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and put it in B, although it feels weird to have Scabs and Rat King in the same tier, not gonna lie. Now we have Togwaggle. This hero is apparently doing really well according to global stats, although I'm personally not a big fan of the hero. I feel like it relies too much on getting a token on turn 1 and then getting a good shop once you go to tier 3. I guess I'll put it in B tier, although I'm not a big fan of this hero at the moment. Now there is another controversial pick, Lich Basial. This hero has been recently nerfed, and it's probably the most toxic hero in the game at the moment, because if you face it in the wrong turns, you're gonna take massive amount of damage and there's not really anything you can do about it. I personally don't like to play the hero too much, because I feel like at high MMR it's a little bit too risky, but the hero power itself is so powerful that I think this hero belongs in B tier for sure. Now we have Rakanishu. This hero has 8 armor, and a hero power that just gives you stats, so I think I'll put it in C tier. But I just don't like heroes that give you stats for gold in the current meta, or stats in general. I think quests already do a really good job at that. For that reason, Vol'jin, one of my favorite heroes of all time, I think belongs in C tier. I think this hero is way too inconsistent at the moment, with only 5 armor. The hero power doesn't help you with quests whatsoever, and it's not enough to carry your game, because people with strong tempo quests are just gonna dumpster you in the mid game. Then we have Bran, one of the best heroes in the game at the moment, especially in Murloc lobbies. It's kinda free, so I'll put it in S tier. Now Fish, another hero that doesn't give you economy, doesn't give you tempo, doesn't even have armor. Easy D tier. Kel'Thas, this used to be one of my favorite heroes, because I think it had like 8 or 9 armor, but now they nerfed it quite a bit, and I think the hero is kinda pointless. I'll put it in D tier, because at least it gives you a little bit of tempo. It's pretty bad. Now is Sarah. The hero has 0 armor. The hero power doesn't help you with quests, so I don't think there's any argument to be made other than D tier. Another hero that got nerfed used to have a lot of armor, now has like 5 or 6 armor. So it goes to C tier. The hero power is not even that great, it just gives you a little bit of gold. Elise Starseeker. This is another hero that I like a lot, but I feel like in the current meta it depends heavily on getting a token on turn 1 or getting good shops when you go 3-on-3. So I will put it in A tier and not in S tier, but this is an insane hero anyway. It's just that the hero power doesn't really help you with quests too much. Pyramid, 0 armor, no economy, doesn't help you with quests, belongs in the C. Gaff, this hero doesn't even have 10 armor, it only has 9, and the hero power is not impressive, D tier. Deathwing, again, this was one of my favorite heroes at the beginning of the quest meta. I think this hero was insane. Ever since though, they nerfed the armor, they made the Ritual Dagger quest unplayable, they nerfed Smoking Gun, and also a lot of people now kinda know how quest meta works, so you see a lot more Max, Beast and Demon comps around, which means that even if you are Deathwing, people may be playing Deathwing as comp and basically make your hero power useless. So yeah, I think this hero is just a keck at the moment, unfortunately. Alakir, low armor, no economy, C tier. And then Toki. This hero got recently reworked. It used to have, I think, 9 armor, and the hero power only gave you 1 minion. Now the hero has 6 armor, but the hero power summons 2 minions from a higher tavern tier. I like this hero a lot. I think it's kind of a cool design, and it fits quest meta pretty well. I'll put it in B tier. AFK, another hero that used to be really strong. Nowadays though, they changed tier 3, there's no longer gem splitter. But I think this hero is still solid and I'll put it in B tier. So now we have Cirilla. This is another one of my favorite heroes of all time. But unfortunately, I think she doesn't fit this meta at all. So I'll put her in C tier. In my opinion, staying on tier 1 is just too low tempo, and you're gonna get killed by the people who leveled and have stronger minions. So you can't really afford to do stuff on tier 1 too much. Buying tutus is definitely not a strong play. Shemvala, another hero that got recently buffed. I think it got moved up to 8 armor, although the hero power is gonna be useless most of the times. It might even bait you into playing elementals in the wrong spot. So let's just put it in D tier. Edwin Van Cleef. This hero, I believe, has the same amount of armor as Rakenishu, but has a weaker hero power, so let's just put it in D tier. Tamsin, 0 armor, doesn't help you with quest, easy D. Galwix. I wasn't really impressed with this hero for the longest time, although recently they added a new 2-drop, Patient Scout, which is absolutely insane on this guy, and the hero is now S tier again, which is annoying. Because when this hero is too good, they just win so many lobbies. And Flurg, another hero that instead got nerfed. This hero was reworked to give you a Murloc in hand after you sell 4 minions. And I believe now it's been nerfed to selling 5 minions. That being said though, the hero is insane and most likely the most consistent hero in the game. So easy S tier. Now Cariel, low armor, that's hero power. Easy D tier. King Mukla, another hero that has a 1 gold hero power that just gives you stats. Although the hero also has 9 armor, which is pretty sweet. It's gonna give you easy quests. So instead of putting in D tier, I put it in C. Sneed. This hero has been recently buffed. Now it has quite a bit of armor, although the hero power is a bit underwhelming. So it belongs in C tier. Ozumat, once again, another hero that just gives you a little bit of armor and a little bit of tempo. Goes in C. Mutanus, I believe the hero power is actively bad for completing quest, and the hero has 0 armor, so it goes in D. I never played this hero. Patchwork, let's put it in C tier. Maybe D tier, honestly. It's kinda bad. And then Maligos. As I said, I don't like being on tier 1 at the moment, so I'll put this hero in C tier. Cthulhu! This hero was recently buffed. Now the hero power upgrades each turn, you don't have to use it. Although the hero used to have 10 armor with the new hero power and it was absolutely insane. Now they nerfed it down to 7 armor, so in my opinion it belongs to C tier. It can obviously be decent if you manage to get a Ghastly Mask, because then, let's say you should get plus 10/10 at the end of the turn. Instead you get plus 10/10, then the hero power upgrades, then you get plus 11/11 and the hero power upgrades again. So Ghastly Mask on Cthulhu is insane. Not only you get twice the stats, but you also get plus 2/2 on your hero power each turn. But other than that, the hero is not really impressive in my opinion. Now Lord Barov. Yeah, this hero easily belongs in S tier. The hero power is just so flexible, helps you with the quest to get cards in your hand, you can float gold, you can buy all sorts of minions to complete your quest because you have way more gold than the others, so really solid S tier hero. Omu, on the other hand, has 0 armor. It's a pretty inconsistent hero. It requires you to power level in order to get value off of your hero power, but at the moment staying down tiers it's usually even better just to get your quests online faster, so yeah, D tier. Kurtrus, this is a hero that used to be insane at the beginning of the quest meta, probably also because people were not that good at playing quests. But nowadays the hero has been nerfed, like it used to have 9 armor, now it has 6 I believe, so I'll put it in B tier. It's still a pretty decent hero, but it's more of a hero that gets like 4th or 3rd place, and if you're playing at the highest level you're just losing MMR for those positions, so it's not really worth playing. And then Tikatus, once again, just gives you a little bit of something but doesn't really help you with the quest, so it goes in C. E-Charge. This hero has a lot of armor, but the hero power is pretty inconsistent and doesn't help you with quest, so it goes in the C. Alex recently got buffed. I think it has like 7 armor now, although same thing as Omu, you need to level to get use of the hero power and you don't really want to level at the moment, so the hero goes in the Seared and Atreus. This hero has changed so much ever since the start of quest meta because the quests themselves have been changing a lot and basically this hero is just as good as the quest. I think at the moment the hero is really risky. Like if you get good quests, it's a really good hero, but if you get terrible quests, you're just gonna speedrun a top 8. So I'll just put it in C tier, mainly a 1st or 8th kinda hero. Maleficent, 9 armor hero, your max have +1/+1. Unlike Sindragosa that always gives you something out of the hero power, sometimes this hero power doesn't do anything, so I'll put it in C tier. George is a weird one, cause this hero took a big hit with the removal of Gem Splitter, but at the same time, having the option to build Poison Divine Shield Murlocs can be really powerful in certain lobbies. And also, if you get a strong quest, it can help you survive until you get to the Murlocs. So I think I'll put him in C tier. If you get a good quest, the hero can definitely win lobbies, but it seems a little inconsistent to me. And now we have Curator. I was not a fan of this hero for the longest time because we had Amalgam on tier 3, so I didn't really see the value of having an extra Amalgam from the beginning of the game. Although nowadays, the old Amalgam has been removed and we now have Ball of Minions on tier 4. It being a tier 4 minion doesn't mean that you will always get it. I like the upside of having a guaranteed Amalgam in certain lobbies, so I'll put this hero in C tier. It also has a lot of armor. And then we have Jandis Barov. Well, I don't think there's much to say. This is an easy S tier hero. If you get the Alicat, this hero is absolutely insane. But even when you don't, the hero is still reasonable, although I wouldn't pick it in a non-beast lobby. And then Hooktusk. This is one of my favorite heroes of all time, although unfortunately, as I've said, I don't like heroes that require you to stay on tier 1 to get value out of your hero power. And she doesn't even have armor, so unfortunately belongs in D tier. And then we have Nosdormu. I think Nosdormu is a solid B tier hero, simply because playing Standard Curve It's pretty powerful at the moment, and Nosdormu is one of the best heroes in the game at doing that. Because of the extra roll, you are way more likely to get a token on turn 1, then you are way more likely to get 2 playable minions when you are on tier 2, and also the hero power helps with some quests. Like, it helps with the roll quest, obviously. It also helps you fishing for stuff. Like, if you need to find death rattles, you can fish for them. If you need to find battle cries, you can fish for them. Yeah, I think it's a solid hero. And now Patches the Pirate. Ever since they introduced the new 5-drop, I think it's called Vanessa Van Cleef, I've been trying out this hero and it's been insane for me. I always get first place when I play him. Although, who knows, I've only played him like 5 or 6 times, so it's a small sample. And I always make sure to pick him in lobbies where it's hard to find direction. So like when Murlocs are banned or Beasts are banned, or Max are banned. But I think the hero is kinda strong, although I don't feel confident enough to put him in B tier, so I'll put him in C tier for now. But I think this hero has got a lot of potential nowadays. Queen Ajara. This hero has a crap ton of armor. I think it has 8 armor, although it doesn't really have a hero power for the early game, so I'll put it in C tier. I think this hero can be reasonable in certain lobbies, kind of like Patches, but sometimes you can also just speedrun a top 8. And then Ragnaros, easy D tier. The hero power is super slow, and even once you get it online, it doesn't really do anything. Murloc Holmes, a new hero, kinda. In my opinion, belongs in A tier. I really love this hero. I think it's super strong right now. It's kinda like a Nosdormu, but you can use the gold however you want, although you need to win the bet. Arana Starseeker. This used to be one of my favorite heroes in this patch, although I haven't played her too much in recent times. The removal of Gem Splitter definitely hurt her, so I feel like there are less comps that you can play with her at the moment. That's why I pick her less often. So I'll just put her in C tier. It's just a high armor hero that has an underwhelming hero power for the most part. Drektar. This hero has very little armor and kind of an underwhelming hero power. I think he goes in D tier. And then Ini. I think this hero is really underrated. I actually love playing this hero. Not so much because the hero is broken or anything like that, but just because I like the flavor of it. So in my opinion, it belongs in B tier. I like mechs and demons with this hero a lot. And Lady Vash, a really fun hero, but also kind of a risky one. A better version of George overall, so I'll put it in B tier. If you get the Golden Hammer quest with this hero, you can make a minion golden permanently every turn. Now Silas, this hero has 0 armor. The hero power is really inconsistent, so I think I'll put it in D tier. I don't know if I'll play this guy over like a high armor hero, to be honest. Now the Great Akazam, this hero has only 5 armor. And the hero power can just give you Ice Block or Splitting Image. I'm not a fan. D tier. Basically like a different version of Patchwork. Vanguard, 0 armor. The hero power doesn't give you any economy. Easy D tier. Blackthorn, little armor. Doesn't help you with quests too much. C tier. Then we have Cat, which got buffed and now has 8 armor. I've been having good results with cats, but I'm very well aware of the fact that if you just get bad shops or bad quests, you're gonna speedrun a top 8, so I'll put him in C tier. Now Galewing, another hero that I didn't really play too much at the beginning of quest meta, but it has recently been growing on me, and I'll put him in B tier. I think this hero can be really powerful, because it just gives you good tempo and helps you find direction. Now Phelan, it's one of my favorite heroes in the game, but I think he's absolutely terrible in quest meta, so I'll put him in D tier. Same thing as Omu and Alex, you don't really want to level in this meta. It's gonna get you killed most of the times. And then Maiev, another hero that I like a lot, but unfortunately doesn't fit this meta too well. So it goes in C tier. It can work sometimes, but a lot of the times it's just gonna give you a top 8. Varden, another powerful hero that in my opinion doesn't fit the meta at all, so I'll put him in C tier. And then Finley. Finley is a spicy one, because he has 6 armor, which means that even if you discover a hero power of a hero that has 0 armor, you will still get a 6 armor quest, which makes this hero extremely good. I'll put it in A tier. Illidan, once again, a hero that has some armor, pretty bad hero power, goes in D tier. And then Daryl. I think Daryl has like 5 armor right now. But in my opinion, the hero power is just too bad in quest meta, so I'll put him in D tier. And then Overlord Southfang. This hero has 10 armor and a reasonable hero power, especially in mech lobbies. So I'll give him the armor award for A tier. Max amount of armor and a decent hero power in some spots. So I think it's okay to put him in A tier. And lastly, we have the Jailer and Sylvanas, the 2 most recent heroes that have been added to the game, which were not even in the tier list maker. So the Jailer got recently buffed and now has a huge amount of armor. I feel like this hero is just too reliant on getting a deflecto, so I don't like it too much. I'll put it in C tier. And then Sylvanas has been really underwhelming to me in the current meta. I don't think she fit the meta, but I think the hero power is decent. It's just not its time to shine at the moment, so C tier as well. And that was it for my hero tier list. Let me know what you think about it in the comment down below, and don't forget to leave a like and a sub if you haven't already. See you all in the next one.